Question 4. We'll start off by adding a calculator page, and we'll just type in variable p, press Control Template, and make it equal to 0.5. Effectively, the coin we're dealing with is a fair coin. This will be useful later. Then we're going to insert a new page. I'll press Control Doc and do a list and spreadsheet. Now here we can make a record of the number of heads which we're dealing with, which is either 0, 1, 2 or 3. We can work out the probability of each of these situations happening, so I'll call it prob, and you'll recognize it's a binomial probability. So I've just pressed equals in this second diamond row, and I'll press menu, statistics, distributions, and we're going to go for binomial PDF, and the number of trials here is n, and the probability of success p is our value for p, which we've defined just a moment ago. When I press enter, it'll just check is that p is it a column or a variable. We want to tell it's the variable p. We'll click OK, and there are the probabilities. Now in order to work out our winnings, well, let's just call it wins, and we've got different amounts of money here. Whoops. We want to just type in the values here of, we have a winning of $4, losing $6, winning nothing, and winning $2. So in order to work out the gain from this particular game, we need to work out these probabilities multiplied by the winning amount. So I'll just go to the calculator page. If I press var and do probability multiplied by var wins, it'll multiply these two lists together, and those are the amounts which it will generate for each situation, and we need to sum up those and we'll get the expectation. To get the sum, you could type in SUM, or alternatively press menu, statistics, list math, and you have sum of elements. So if I just do the sum of the probability times the wins, we'll get a loss of minus $1.50. Okay, so that's part A done. Part B, the coin has now changed to be a not fair, so that 0.5 is now 0.7. And you'll see if we go back to point 2.2 that all the probabilities have changed in accordance with that. And now if I simply go back and re-execute the same command of the sum of the probability times the wins, we're now losing 34 cents per game. Alright, last part. Let's turn the probability back to 0.5, and we're now going to try and find out what is the amount which we have to put in to this cell there in order to make it work. Now if I just replace the 4 with an x and then try and solve for x, let's see what happens. If I go back to this page and do the sum of the probability times the wins, it gives me an error message because it doesn't know what x is. If I try and use the menu algebra numerical solve and try and solve this so that the sum is equal to 0 for a value for x, it doesn't like it. So what we have to do is actually just go about and type in this wins list directly into this command. So I'm just going to delete off wins. To get the curly brackets, I press Control right bracket, and the wins, I'm going to put my x in there, I'm going to put my -6, my 0 and my 2. So same as the list we had before, but I'm just typing it on this command page, and this will give us that the winnings for when you get 3 tails has to be $16, so that the expected gain is $0. And we're done.